Hello and welcome to the channel. Also welcome to the Yay or Nay series. So if you are new and you do not know what this series is about, allow me to explain to you very quickly. So this series is made to find the most agreeable Fighter's Pass for all characters. So how we do this is each video, each Monday, we'll discuss one character in particular per video. The way we talk about them, we will discuss their popularity. So we might go over some game sales or just interesting stats and tidbits. Maybe we talk about some relevancy, like when's the last time they actually had a game or made an appearance. And we'll even talk about some of their potential moves for their moveset. Why not? So basically how this works is you guys will down in the comments tell me yay or nay. Please start your comment with yay or nay and then dive into the reasoning for how you personally feel. Like, okay, yay, I like this character, or nay, I don't like this character. So it's a pretty simple idea. So yeah, again, I can't stress it enough. Please be clear with your answer. I do get people that make it very confusing and they never give a clear answer, so that's why I gotta emphasize, be clear with your answer. Either way, yay or nay, or unsure, those are your options. So again, if I cannot tell who your answer or what your answer is for, I'm gonna mark it as unsure. But then after that, each week we will get updated stats for everyone to see where they sit in terms of being a wanted character in Super Smash Bros. So that's it for the intro. Let's jump into today's character. It's Monday, and you know what that means. The Yay or Nay series is back with 2 videos for you guys today. The first one, obviously, is this one, talking about our new character, which is Agumon from the Digimon series, and of course, a second video going up a little bit later today of the updated Yay or Nay stats. So, let's get into it, shall we? We certainly have an interesting series here to talk about today, which is the Digimon franchise. So, people definitely love to argue whether this is a video game series or not. Well, according to the director of the Digimon games in Japan, this series started out as an LCD game. This was a VPET, virtual pet type of game. And I'm more inclined to believe the director of the games themselves than I am as to some random person on the internet. So, I believe, and I always have, Digimon is a game series first. Now, why is this a thing? Because remember the comment Sakurai mentioned video game characters only. So, the funny thing is, when this comment from the director of Digimon games from Japan, when this comment was made, it was like a little over a year ago. It was somewhat around the time this was making the rounds of when Sakurai mentioned that. So it's kind of like, why is he now saying Digimon is a game series? That's kind of interesting. Is it a strange coincidence? Is it strange timing? I don't know. I'm not going to, try to poke the hornet's nest here, but it is strange timing. I think that's what we'll chalk that up to. But again, the Digimon series, for an argument's sake, we're going to say is a video game series. Because, well, it is what it is. But for argument's sake, we're going to say it is. So, what does the Digimon series do? What can it bring? What does it represent? Now, I'll just throw this out there real quick. Who wants to see Pokemon versus Digimon? I'd love to see a Pikachu versus an Agumon. That would be real cool. I'm just going to say that right there. Anybody that grew up in the 90s? Great. Nostalgia type of deal? Cool. Is Digimon versus Pokemon anywhere near as important or popular as it was? No. But it's still a cool thing to a lot of people, and a lot of people would love to see that. Even if it is just the one Digimon. Or in this case, it's kind of 4 Digimon in one. But we'll get into that. So, another reason I believe people do not believe Digimon is a game series is because, well, they have the Digimon anime, ingrained into their brain. So, kind of by default, a lot of people, I think, if you're in a Smash discussion or speculation, and somebody brings up Digimon, odds are somebody's going to go, it's an anime series, no way. Well, like we said, it started as a virtual pet for argument's sake. And if you really want to go down that route, okay? If you really want to go down that route, Digimon World 1 on the PlayStation 1 technically released 2 months before the anime started. So, technically, the game came out before the anime, so it's a video game character. If you want to throw out stupid facts, Well, there's one for you. So, yes, Digimon game series, I think, there, settled. All right, moving on here. So, what about games, right? Has the Digimon series had games on Nintendo platforms? Well, absolutely they have. So, the series has had plenty of games on the Nintendo platforms in the past, as well as upcoming in the future. A scheduled game for the Nintendo Switch, no less, in Digimon Survive, which I will talk about in just a second. But a couple of games that have appeared on Nintendo consoles in the past. They had games like Digimon World 4, which appeared on the Nintendo GameCube. They also had the Digimon. Wow, I almost said Pokemon. They had the Digimon games Dusk and Dawn on the Nintendo DS, which was absolutely such a blast. I loved those games. I had both versions. I loved it. They were great. But those appeared as a Nintendo DS title, right? So just to name a couple right there. So it's not like this series is favoring one system over the other. No, it's a multi-plat system. Maybe it's not the biggest AAA game or series, but it has appeared on Nintendo consoles. So check that box off if that matters to you. So going back to the Digimon Survive game. Now that is the next scheduled game to release in the Digimon franchise. So actually, in fact, I believe this was when was this? Sometime late last year in 2020. The game's director of Digimon Survive actually, here you go, check this out. Actually said, "I apologize for worrying you, but we are currently reviewing the development team structure and refocusing the schedule for Digimon Survive." Basically, he was kind of saying that I think we're behind and we might have to delay the game. And well, that's kind of what they did, because I believe it was going to originally release in 2020, but again, well, the world handed us a big old lemon, actually multiple lemons in 2020. So, yeah, the game did get pushed back. Right now, it just has a tentative release date of just 2021. So, apparently, sometime this year, there is a new Digimon game coming, and it is coming out on the Nintendo Switch. Pretty cool. Now, as always, we do talk about game sales, right? Sales numbers. So, let's take probably the most recent, I think it's the most recent game, at least one of the most recent Digimon games on platforms, consoles, I should say. Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth. Now, as of October 2020, this game actually sold, check this out, 1.5 million copies. Now, I believe the game released in, 2017. So, I mean, 1.5 million copies. Okay, look, that might not be super impressive or sound that great to a lot of people, but the thing you have to understand with Digimon games is, first of all, they are way more popular in Japan, and Bandai only takes chances every now and then to bring them over to at least the United States to localize them. So, at least here, Bandai that is, they will always look for a specific certain number that they have to reach to even consider bringing the next game over. Otherwise, it could be years and years before we see a new Digimon game. So, Bandai always needs to, I don't know what the number is, because that's, well, their department, and that's what they're worried about. But the thing is, they got to worry about that themselves. And the thing was, with Cyber Sleuth, the game actually sold well enough, and this was, like, originally released on, like, PlayStation 4. I think it came out on the PS Vita. I could be wrong about that, but it came out on the PS4, and it sold well enough that even the Cyber Sleuth game got its own follow-up with Hacker's Memory. I didn't play that. I did play through the entire Cyber Sleuth game. That was very fun. Very fun. But I never played Hacker's Memory. I probably should, but that released in the United States here very quickly, right after the original Cyber Sleuth game. So I guess that kind of speaks volumes on how at least Bandai viewed the Cyber Sleuth sales numbers, right? That's pretty good. So good for there. Usually we'll talk about moveset as well, so here's a few things to talk about. Of course, got to mention this real quick. I believe the gimmick for Agumon would 100% be the obvious digivolving mechanic. Now, I don't know how this could work, but potentially, I don't know, you could revolve it around damage being taken, or perhaps, I don't know, a meter-based whatever. I don't know, but digivolving mechanic nonetheless. So, a few attacks, though. I think neutral special for all three characters. You have Agumon, who's going to have his trademark patented Pepper Breath. It's a very simple fireball attack. Easy. And then if you incorporate the Digivolutions, Greymon comes next. Greymon has I believe it's called Nova Blast, if I'm remembering correctly. Basically, a bigger fireball deals a bit more damage and a bit more knockback. And And then Metal Greymon, the third form, would have a Giga Destroyer, which has a couple missiles launch out from his chest, and it would look pretty cool. So that would be, potentially neutral special. Maybe one smash attack, so you could have maybe the special moves kind of differentiate a bit for all three characters. But what about the smash attacks? Perhaps the smash attacks could all be the same, but depending on which form of the, of Agumon, Greymon, or Metal Greymon that you have out there, potentially it will just do more damage. So smash attack number 1 could be Claw Uppercut. It's a very simple one. It's just, like a flaming uppercut. I mean, you'd see in the little clip. All 3 Digi evolutions can utilize this attack. So each stage, of course, being stronger than the last, and also having a bit more knockback because it just makes more sense, right? And then maybe a couple other attacks. You could have something as simple as like a little tail swipe. All 3 Digivolutions have a tail, so why not make use of the tail? Maybe even like a down air could be like the ground pound maneuver. They've done this in Digimon games before, so why not utilize it for Smash Bros? It could work. But all in all, Digimon is definitely a series I would love to see. I think it's more tied to because I grew up when the Digimon first like really blew up and became insanely popular. And of course, like I said, I'd love to see Pokemon versus Digimon, but that's just me. Maybe there's a few other people out there that want to see that as well. So for me, Agumon, Digimon in general, gets a big yay. Plus, Bandai still doesn't have a second character, so maybe Digimon could be the one that surprises everybody. So there you have it. Digimon, Agumon, I give them a yay. Let me know what you guys think, yay or nay, down in the comments. That is it for this one. Again, friendly reminder, second episode a little bit later today with all the updated yay or nay stats. That is going to do it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed as always. And I guess I'll see you when I'm looking at you.